Matt here from Fosmon, and I'm here to answer some frequently asked questions about the Dual 2 Max and Quad Pro 2 Max controller charging station for Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and Xbox One X controllers. Let's get started. How do I properly install the battery? First of all, make sure the contact point is facing out. You will see one side of the battery has a positive and a negative symbol, and the other doesn't. Insert the side that doesn't have those symbols first, then snap in the other side by pressing down, and your battery is installed. How do I properly install the battery cover? First, you have to determine which battery cover fits your controller. Your Fosmon Xbox charging dock comes with two styles of battery covers. One for the Xbox One XS controllers and one for the Xbox Series XS controllers, because these controllers have slightly different battery compartments. The Xbox One covers have 2 tabs, while the Xbox Series battery cover has 3. It's important to use the correct battery cover. Using the wrong cover can damage it. The easiest way to tell which battery cover to use would be to look at the buttons on the face of the controller. A controller with 3 buttons on the face with the share button uses the Xbox Series SX battery covers. A controller with only 2 buttons on the face would use the Xbox One SX battery covers. Once you've determined the correct battery cover, it should snap in without any difficulty. Why doesn't the battery cover door fit? If your battery cover doesn't fit, it's most likely the wrong style for your model of controller. Again, look at the face of your controller and check how many buttons there are. The Xbox Series controllers have 3 buttons. The Xbox One controllers have 2. Do not force the battery cover. This can result in damage. How do I charge my controllers? To charge your controllers, all you need to do is set the controllers on the dock so that the contact points on the battery connect with the charging prongs on the dock. LED lights in the front will let you know your controllers are charging. Why don't the batteries properly charge? If you ever find that your batteries are not charging, or the charging LEDs go on for a quick moment then stop, there could be 2 reasons this is happening. Either the dock is defective or the batteries are defective, and we will have to replace the offending device. But first we need to find out which one is the culprit. Here's how to do that. If every single battery you try to charge charges only for a quick second and then the LED dies, then this means that the dock is defective and it would need to be replaced. If one of the batteries doesn't properly charge but another one does, then that lets you know that it is a specific battery that is defective. Make sure to keep track of which battery you are charging so you can isolate the defective one, and we'll get you a replacement battery sent out to you ASAP. Why does my battery die only after a short amount of usage? If your battery isn't holding a charge and you've only been using it for less than 30 days, like in the previous question, we need to figure out what the defective part is. If all of your batteries don't hold a charge or die quickly after being charged, then you probably have a defective charging dock and will need a replacement. If some of your batteries have regular battery life and others do not, then you most likely have a defective battery. Like before, you need to isolate and charge each battery individually to determine which ones are the defective ones, and we will send you a replacement. Why do I need to keep adjusting the controller or the batteries on the dock to get it to properly charge? If you have to keep adjusting your controller to get the charging pins to make proper contact with the batteries, then most likely the dock is defective, whether it be internally or something is wrong with the charging pins. We would recommend getting a replacement dock in this situation. Why does only the front or only the back charging slot work? If only one of the charging slots is working, this means that the dock is defective and a replacement is needed. Why don't any of the dock LEDs turn on when I have the controllers properly sitting on the dock? Or the LEDs don't turn on when I plug in the USB cable? If the dock's LEDs aren't turning on when charging, this means either the provided USB cable is defective or the dock is defective. If you use another USB cable that works, then that means the dock is fine, but the provided USB cable was defective. If you try using a USB cable of your own and it still does not power on the charging dock, then that means the dock is defective. Why did my battery covers break when I tried to put them on the controllers? If your battery cover broke while trying to install it, you most likely used the wrong cover for your model of Xbox controller. Like I explained earlier, there are two sets of 2 battery covers for older Xbox One SX models and Xbox One Series SX models. Trying to fit the wrong battery cover on the wrong model of controller can cause it to break. Again, look at the face of your controller. That will tell you which model you have and which battery cover is compatible. I hope that answers all of your Fosmon Xbox charging dock questions. That's it for now. See you next time.